Good morning, students. This is Malishwari. Okay. In this session, we are going to discuss about the ADO control. Okay. ADO controls. In the previous class, we discussed about the DAO control. Okay. So all these data controls we have to use access the data. Okay. Access the data or manipulate the data. Okay. Access the data or manipulate data which is in the database. Okay. So for that purpose only we are going to use this data controls. Okay. Data controls are like three types, that is DAO control, ADO controls, RDO controls. So DAO controls already we discussed. In this session we are going to discuss about the ADO controls, and then remote data RDO controls means remote data objects. So that controls if you are working in the network to access the data, we have to use that controls. Now we have to see this ADO controls. So what is this ADO control, and then how we have to work with the ADO controls. So these things we are going to discuss in this class. Okay. First, what is the ADO? Okay, ActiveX data objects. Okay, ActiveX data objects. It is one of the control in the Visual Basic. Okay, it is one of the control data control, not control. It is one of the data controls which is available in the VB application. So why this ADO data controls required? So to establish the link between the database and the front application we have to use. So already we used the DAO, that is a limited access, it's a advanced versions. Okay, so that DAO is suitable for the access databases. Okay, access databases. This DAO is suitable for accessing any type of the data, either it is a relational or non-relational data sources also. Okay, so it allows us to use the data or else manipulate the data which is stored in the SQL databases or else a non-SQL database. Non-SQL databases means in the sense my access or else the text files also. In text files also we can store the data. So to access or to manipulate or else to perform something on such type of data, we have to use this ADO data controls. Okay, so this ADO data controls work along with the OLEDB drivers. Okay, OLEDB drivers. So this this ADO data controls work with the OLEDB. Previous DAO controls visa, in that we used the JET database engine. So here we are using the OLEDB as a interface between the ADO objects and the databases. Okay, ADO objects and the databases. What this OLEDB means? Object linking, embedding databases. Object linking and embedding databases. Okay. So what this OLEDB means? It is a set of interfaces. Okay, OLEDB is a set of interfaces that provides the application with uniform access to the stored in the diverse information. Okay, different information sources. Okay, so whenever our data is stored, suppose our data is stored in the different databases like Access, or else sometimes we can use Access or else SQL. So wherever our data stored, okay, to access, okay, to perform the uniform access on that sources, to perform uniform access on such type of the databases, we have to use this OLEDB as an interface. Okay, what this do means it provides the same, okay, it provides the same functionalities or the same methods to work with the different databases. This OLEDB gives us the same methods to work with the different databases. Okay, now how to use that one we will see now. Okay, so this is my VB application. This is ADO object. Okay, ADO DC object. This is my OLEDB interfaces. Here I stored the data. Okay, here I stored my data. So this is a structure. Okay, so now we will see how to connect this ADO with the databases. Okay, how we have to connect with the databases. Here two ways are there. Here we can use the OLEDB drivers or else ODBC also we have to use. So for this one there is a process, we have to create the DSN. Through the DSN we can access the databases. This is a two procedure. First we'll see OLEDB. Okay, how to connect with the OLEDB, sorry, how to connect it to the databases through this OLEDB interface. Okay, so this is my VB application. Okay, Okay students, now we'll see the practicals. So this is my, just I will start from the beginning. Okay, go to this VB. Okay, just we starting with the VB application. Okay, so this is my application. Here this is a toolbox. So this here it contains the standard tools. Okay, it contains the standard objects. Now what we required the data controls. We require the data controls. These are not available in the toolbox. So how to import that one? Go to the components. Okay, right click on this one. Okay, so here we have to select the Microsoft ADO DC data control. Okay, so we have to select this one. Okay, take this. Okay, apply, and then it will be added to our toolbox. Okay, this one, close this one. Okay, ADODC. Okay, so just you have to drag and drop that one. Toolbox, now it is added. Okay, it is added. Now just we are dragging and dropping on our VB application. Just drag and drop. Okay, okay, this one. So this is ADODC. Now we'll see the what are the properties of this ADODC. Okay, so go to this properties window. So there are different more properties are there. We will see only some properties. So name, as it is what this by default it will give ADODC. You can change the name also. And then caption. Okay, whatever the caption you are providing now, it will display here. Okay, caption like demo. Okay, demo data, demo ADO objects. I will take ADO object, this one. Okay, now we have to see this BOF action. Okay, so this what is this BOF action? What is the property of this one? So what it will do means, this BOF property, okay, this BOF property, it determines what happens when the user tries to move to the first record in the record set. Okay, in the record set we have like 50 records. So your cursor is at the first record. So that time if you are trying to move to the first record, okay, first record, so which action it has to take? So here we have to determine that one. Okay, so this here. So here two options are there, whether we can move to the first one or else stay there only. Okay, so means move to the first means we are adding one record, then it will become the first record. This is the first one of the property. Next, okay, next command timeout. Okay, next command timeout property. So what is this command timeout property it will do means, it will tell it will give sometimes to execute the query. Okay, query. So here we are writing the command means in the sense query only. So how long it takes time to execute the query. Okay, so here we are giving some time. Okay, that is the command timeout. Next, command type. So which type we are giving, whether we are taking the SQL query na, SQL table or a stored procedure. Okay, if you are taking for the record set as a SQL query, we have to select the CMD text. Then if you need like entire table, we have to, okay, we have to take the CMD table, and then or else if your data is in the stored procedure, we have to take this one. So these are the command type. Next, connection string. Connection string is an important property of the ADODC or ADO object. So what this connection string means, this connection string is a string. It contains all information which is necessary to connect to the data source. Okay, so here which thing we need to connect to the database? We need path. So that information is available in the connection string. Okay, next, connection timeout. Okay, so here this time is like how long the server has to wait to establish the connection. So the by default it is 15. So that is in the seconds. So here the 15 is a by default